We're a Northampton-based nonprofit that helps people in all of the Pioneer Valley who are living with cancer by offering a bunch of different free services and programs. My position here at the Cancer Connection Thrift Shop is the manager. 100% of the profits after all the bills are paid go straight to Cancer Connection.
At the Cancer Connection Thrift Shop, I'm the assistant manager and volunteer coordinator. Cancer Connection was originally founded to help support people who have been diagnosed with cancer, along with their family members and caretakers.
I always check out the book section. I buy a lot of tchotchkes, just little, like for example over there I have a little cute cat that was painted in Mexico or something. I like things like that. Occasionally I'll find an item of clothing.
I've been volunteering about 3 months. I found Cancer Connection I lived nearby, but also I shopped here for about a year and a half. And as I was shopping, then I found that I have extra time. So I thought, I should volunteer for this because it's in our community, and it was my way of giving back to the community.
Well, I started as a volunteer, I think just shortly before it opened, and worked here for a number of months. And then, given that the store was doing very well and there was a lot of work for just 2 people, they hired 2 part-time people, so I'm one of those. The community's been very supportive and enthusiastic and incredibly appreciative both of what we sell and the good prices and the fact that the money's going to a good cause. So there's a real sense of goodwill among everybody here, which is delightful to be a part of.
I'm a facilitator of some of the support groups. So I'm the facilitator of the gynecological cancer support group, so for women with ovarian cancer, uterine cancer, leiomyosarcoma, and that group's been going since almost after Cancer Connection started in 2001. It started on September 12th, 2001, the day after 9/11, when I realized that I was an overwhelming experience because it was right after 9/11, and when I got there and realized that people were having their own 9/11, having just been diagnosed with ovarian cancer, changed things.
But it's one of the most rewarding jobs I've ever had, absolutely, by far.
I had heard of Cancer Connection, and I actually saw the ad in the newspaper, and I thought, oh, that looks like a fun little job. And little did I know how big of a job it was. It's been incredible. It's great. It's a real busy place, very successful.
I generally feel good. I mean, I'm always busy. The shop is generally busy, but even when it isn't, there's plenty to do all the time. We're constantly putting out new things. And it's very stimulating and it's very social, and so all of that feels very good.
A satisfaction of completeness that I took it a project from beginning to end, at least during the time I was here. It may not be the final end for it, but and I also like to coordinate things, so it's really satisfying to me to be able to take things and coordinate them, put them in places, and organize things.
Well, the store is really special because people bring things here with their hearts open because they so appreciate the service of Cancer Connection. So people donate. Lots of times stores will, have donations with kind of tacky stuff, that's kind of worn. But here people come bringing the clothes of often of the people they've loved who have died, but also they want to bring something that's really beautiful because they've been treated beautifully. And so you can feel that the store has a lot of love in it, and then the people who work here, a lot of the volunteers are people themselves who are cancer survivors. So they too have open hearts. So it's a very friendly place. It feels like an extension of Cancer Connection.
I think that the staff does a wonderful job of keeping this store organized, so it's always pleasant and interesting to come in here. If I run into someone I know here, I have a really hard time focusing on talking to them because my eye is drawn to all the wonderful things that they've placed.
The thrift shop is very successful only because of the community, really. People are so generous. They donors, shoppers, and volunteers. We're mostly volunteer run here, and they've the community has helped us by giving us amazing donations, very generous donations, and so our inventory is filled with lots of great things. And our volunteers work so hard to keep us open and to keep everything sorted and nicely displayed.
The biggest way that the community has helped this store flourish is through the donations. We get some beautiful things donated here that can be resold, and then those profits stay within the community. The other thing too is that people have donated a lot of wigs and things for people that have cancer, and that we can get those into the people's hands. We give them to those people.